What's going on YouTube? Ryan Knows Tech here today with TechInform.us. Today's the 20th of October 2010, Wednesday, the key day of Apple's Back to the Mac event. It's been a long time since Apple has updated their software and some of their hardware, and finally today we're seeing those things that we've all been waiting for. As a Mac owner, this is exciting for me to have a new operating system around the corner within a few months, to have a new iLife suite, and not so exciting for me, but a little bit, I look forward to playing with it, is the new MacBook Air. So those are the three things that we're going to be working with today. Now, I will shift my attention to the monitor at the right. That's my larger display. I'm actually looking into the MacBook Pro webcam, which is to the left, so everything I'm reading is over here. So I'm not being rude or looking out the window. All my information's over here. So the first thing we're going to see here would be iLife 11. The iLife suite includes iPhoto, iMovie, iWeb, iDVD. Could be iTunes, but it really isn't. Should be, but it isn't. So iLife 11 is this awesome suite of applications that Apple has had for a long time now. It comes with new Macs. The latest version up until now has been iLife 2009. No 2010, this is 2011. And it brings some really exciting things to the table. Actually, not as much as some people hoped, but to me, it's worth the price to upgrade. You've probably been looking at those two numbers there. That's pretty low, $49. That's actually more expensive than OS X Snow Leopard, outgoing OS X installment. But for everything that's here, $49 to upgrade your current suite of applications is very reasonable. Of course, that's for one license. Before, it was $80. If you look at the family pack, that is now about $80. So that's what I'll be getting. There's two Macs in the house. We'll just do that. That way we can get them both updated to iLife 2011. So let's take a look at that. I'll be honest with you, I have not watched the keynote yet. I've had an incredibly busy day and an incredibly busy afternoon. Very good day. However, I haven't had the hour and a half, 2 hours to sit down and watch the keynote yet. So everything I'm saying here is off of Apple's website, which I think is pretty legit. Anyways, iPhoto 11. iPhoto is by far the most important application in my suite of iLife that I use and think needed the update. Well, they've done a couple cool things. They've got new slideshows. It's super easy. I did see a little bit of the keynote. I was home for about an hour this afternoon. Had to leave at 1:15. I saw 15 minutes of it just when they were finishing up with iPhoto 11. Anyhow, they've got a completely new approach, which I'm anxious to see, of creating professional quality books and cards. I believe that iPhoto could do that before. It was really cool before, but I can't wait to see what they've done to make it even better. You can do Facebook right from iPhoto, which will be very cool because I constantly upload photos from, well, the Facebook uploader to Facebook. But if I can do it from iPhoto, that'd be really cool. And now you can do it in full screen, which is cool. Before, you kind of had, go ahead and open it here, since we are recording the desktop in this video. Before, obviously, it wasn't full screen. You could drag it to make the physical application full screen, but you still had all this crap over here, and yeah, you could adjust that too. But full screen, I think, is a little bit more professional if you're trying to show some people and you don't have other stuff on your desktop flashing and wanting your attention. Goes my iPhone, but that should be a nice feature there. iMovie looks like you're going to be able to do publishing to YouTube. Don't know if you could do that before. I'm not really an iMovie user anymore, but again, I look forward to playing with it. You get different visual effects, slow motion, a dream haze. Pretty much what I speculated yesterday. You get some more effects, more stuff. Hollywood-style movie trailers in just a few clicks. That sounds cool to me. I think this is going to all but eliminate the need for the Final Cut Studio, which rather irritates me after being a proud investor in the Final Cut Studio. GarageBand 11. I don't really use GarageBand, I'll be honest with you. It looks like we have some new effects here. Recreate the legendary guitar rigs and pedals using guitar amps and effects. Kind of cool, if that's your thing. Lots of cool stuff there, I guess. iWeb and iDVD, I'm guessing they didn't do as much to that as there are their own separate pages here. Again, probably just new stuff. I will do a full review. I'm planning on buying it within the next hour. I actually haven't yet, but I will be buying iLife 2011, as I said, the Family Pack Edition. And when I get it, looks like it says ships within 24 hours free shipping. You know, probably have it today's Wednesday, next week sometime. Early next week. I'll go through app by app, as I totally just wasted my time 2 weeks ago doing the iLife 2010 or 2009 review. But we'll take a look at 11, and I guess maybe that was good to help me compare and contrast and see what 11 looks like. Anyways, looks really cool. The price is ultra low. I'm really excited to get my hands on it. I really think Apple has nailed it home so far with what we see here. I do have a couple images. I wanted to touch on that. Notice down here on the bottom, once my crappy internet connection buffers, there we go, looks a little bit like iOS, doesn't it? I really think they're trying to bring the iOS feel and look into OS X, which I do and I really don't like at the same time. I do like it because it's streamlined, it looks good, and it's easy. But a desktop interface should be a little bit more complicated, thus with more features and just a better environment. So do I like that? Yeah, I guess so. I'm not going to know until I play with it. But again, I am excited to see all these new applications and do expect reviews as soon as I get it next week. So that's iLife 11, the first thing that Apple talked about today. Next thing, I think in the order of which I talked about it, would have been Mac OS X Lion. This looks to be the last update to OS X, 10.7. Next year, it'll be OS XI. I don't know. OS X 1 being 11 for the Roman numerals to get OS 11. I don't know though. So here it is. The Mac App Store. That's one of the biggest things here. A little spoiler. There's the
It's 7 o'clock.
Thank you. There's the new MacBook Air. So the Mac App Store, well, we all know what the App Store is. We have it on our iPads, which mine isn't here right now. We have it on our iPhones and our iPod Touches. Now we have a very similar thing on our Mac, which I think is really cool to be able to go in, buy certain applications, it downloads it, boom, there it is. Finally, a decent way to download apps. I'm really excited for that. I think that will be that'll be a really nice feature in the Mac App Store. Launchpad. Not my favorite thing. I obviously have not used the software yet. That's one thing we'll touch on in a little bit, but we probably won't see OS X Lion. I think they said 90 days, which is about 3 months. Don't quote me on that. Go watch the keynote, apple.com. Anyways, Launchpad looks like it turns your Mac into an iPad without iOS 4, I guess, because there's icons everywhere. You can make folders, you can drag them around. You've got a couple different pages. I kind of like it the way it is, really. I like the clean desktop and this little folder with an A on it. I think that's pretty functional. But I am excited to try Launchpad and see what I think. So you download an app. It's just like an iPhone or an iPod or an iPad. It throws that application right into Launchpad, ready for blast off. Clever little wording there from Apple. I don't know if I'm going to like that. I really don't. I'm not going to know until I play with it. And of course, we'll have videos down the road when that comes out. And folders, as you would expect, looks just like it does on an iPad. Full screen apps. I think we touched on this before. You can now use probably the whole iLife suite along with most of the applications built into OS X. We're going to have full screen, which is nice. I don't think I'd use it all the time, but in the right place and time, full screen apps are really nice and can help focus your attention all on one thing. Next thing is very cool. This is called Mission Control, Mac Command Central. Really cool. This combines dashboard. It puts your desktop there. I'm going to guess, don't know yet, I'm going to guess that 4 fingers swipe up and probably the 4 fingers swipe down too is going to open Mission Control, where you can control everything you have open on your Mac. Your dashboard, as I said, is there at your desktop. Can't read everything on there. It looks like you have preview and then your applications that you have minimized are up top. Another thing I'm really excited for. It looks like really cool organization, and I can't wait to play with that and see how that feels. So that would be OS X Lion. Obviously, I don't have it in hand, and I haven't watched the whole keynote yet. So if I missed anything, go ahead and leave a comment, but I do apologize. The MacBook Air, all right, it's been a long time since Apple even touched the MacBook Air, well over a year. So here it is. The new MacBook Air, the next generation of MacBooks. That little tagline kind of worries me a little bit. I hope they all don't get 1.4 gigahertz Core 2 Duos. Anyhow, we'll get into that in a second. Take a look at these pictures. It is incredibly thin. It looks like a wedge, which is good. It's all aluminum, as we expect. On the left-hand side, looks like a power port and a USB port, headphones, and I don't know what that little round thing is there. Hopefully not a speaker, but it looks like something over there. Now there's 2 screen sizes, all right? We'll throw that out there. There's a 13-inch and a 11-inch, and it looks to me like we're seeing the right side of the notebook. That would look like an SD card, another USB port, finally we get 2, and then that mini display port out. So very functional over the old outgoing MacBook Air. Taking a look at some more pictures here, it looks like I just figured out how to make it big. I don't even know how I did that. Click on this, we're gonna see that there are 2 different displays, the 11-inch and the 13-inch. Now the 11-inch has a 16:9 resolution, which is the 1366 by 768. I've done a lot of work in that resolution on my old Lenovo, and honestly, it's a little short, but you do get used to it. Next up, I believe the other one is 1440 by 900, which is a 16:10 widescreen. Not the 16:9, obviously, but the 16:10, which is what all current Macs or all current MacBooks are. But that's definitely a nice resolution on a 13-inch display. Next, just some more pictures of the device here. We finally have that multi-touch trackpad without the button, and then we do have that black, or it's actually not a black bezel around the screen. They kept the aluminum. So there's some reason for that, but it looks really nice on the outside. I can't wait to see one. You're going to find 5 to 7 hours of battery life, which is definitely good. Flash memory, that's going to mean near instant on, which is very good. High resolution display, pixel perfect, as all Mac products are, Apple products. The multi-touch trackpad, as they like to brag about, because it's very good. Take a look at the tech specs here. Could have been better, but I'm not really going to complain about it. So in the 11-inch, there's two options for the processor, either 1.4 gigahertz or 1.6. Both of those are slow, but paired with DDR3 memory, which you're going to find, I believe, 2 gigs, and a 800 megahertz bus, which is decent. But that flash, the solid-state hard drive in it, that's going to be fast enough. And it's portable, it's so portable. That's definitely going to be fast enough. Now there's storage in there. You either get 64 or 128 gigabytes of solid-state memory, which is not a lot, but for such a mobile machine, that would probably not want to be your everyday driver. But definitely looks good. And that's going to start at $999, which is relatively affordable for Apple products. But in the other world of netbooks, that's simply outlandish. But feel the quality of it. I'm sure it's worth it. The 13-inch is here. And this is going to have a 1.86 gigahertz Core 2 Duo and a 2.13 gigahertz Intel Core 2 Duo. Those sound pretty familiar because that's what the current MacBook Air uses. 1066 megahertz bus, very fast, 2 gigs DDR3, 4 gigs maximum. That I don't like. I think it definitely needs to come with 4 gig, 8 to 16 gig maximum, not maximal. So RAM is an essential upgrade, at least with OS 10.6. I don't know how 10.7 is going to utilize memory. It may be different. Storage, 128 or 256 gigs of solid state. I'm going to guess that 256 gig update or upgrade is going to be ridiculously priced, as all Apple solid state memory is. Backlit keyboard, as we're expecting, 7 hours of wireless productivity, very good. 30 days standby, that's incredible. But who lets it sit for 30 days? 802.11 and wireless and Bluetooth 2.1, of course. So specifications look to be doable. They look to be very workable. As far as netbooks go, these are going to blow anything else out of the water. I would have liked to see a Core i3, but in such a small computer, it's understandable they have to use a Core 2 Duo. Am I going to buy one? No. Do I like it? Yes, and I really look forward to seeing with it. DVD or CD sharing, that's going to work the same as it did the old MacBook Pro. And check this little thing out here. This little thing that looks like a USB. That is a software reinstall drive, which I obviously haven't seen the keynote yet, but I think that'd be very cool to be able to reinstall OS X and stuff like that without the need for CDs. I don't know how you did it on the old MacBook Pro, but that looks pretty cool too. So anyways, this year's event seems to be pretty good. I don't really think there's anything big they missed. I kind of hoped for an iWork update. Maybe next year. iWork, it's working fine right now. So I guess I do work. It doesn't need anything else because it's not I don't work Microsoft stuff though. Anyways, there we go. MacBook Air, real nice update. All the Apple lineup is nice. We have a new homepage on apple.com now. We don't have to look at that iPhone anymore. But that's okay. So there we go. Watch the event on apple.com. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you like my content. My personal Twitter is twitter.com/JamesRSchultz. Please follow me there. Our website, techinform.us, and then be sure to catch us live on Tuesday nights between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's ustream.tv/user/techinformus. Thanks, guys. See you in Thursday's video. Please like and comment and, again, subscribe. Bye.